Fly me among the moon and let me play among the stars. Cha 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 da 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 da. I just don't believe. I mean, it's not like I'm stunned and I just can't believe it. I just don't believe it. I used to be a believer, but that was back in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and then somewhere around, I think, the early 2000s. Um, after hearing, like every every other president or every other whatever, this and that, um, going back to the moon, going back to the moon, going back to the moon. Oh my goodness, it sounded like a broken record repeating itself. Um, I just simply don't care about this rocket launch to the moon. And what, it's going to take them 6 days? I don't get that. I thought it was 4 days. Must be maybe the distance or whatever. Sometimes when the moon be a little bit nearer the window to launch or so forth, it's a shorter distance. And if it's a little bit, then they're just leaving a wind. And uh, they got all this technology now, huh? Okay. The rocket looks like some sort of um I don't know, some sort of weird space shuttle with booster rockets on the side, and frankly, the rocket looks kind of hideously ugly. Um, and all the engineers and build it and that, and think, gosh, they're not going to go on it. And most of all these engineers and all that are probably not ex-military or or present, military, because that's what they hire. Yeah, you think they're coming in peace for all mankind, humankind now, they say it's humankind now. Yeah. Now, and the funny thing I've noticed about all this, it is such bad timing with the United States, which is one of the most warmongering countries on the face of this planet. Oh dear. You know, I mean, they're the only nation to drop a nuclear bomb on human beings twice. And then all the hypocrisy of, oh yeah, what if Iran had a nuclear? Oh yeah, they'll use it. Um, no, the United States are the only country to test detonated it on their own land, on their own country, to see whether it works or it doesn't work, and then actually use it on human beings. Yeah, yeah. Um, but I'll skip forward to the 60s. It's when you grow your hair long and put flowers in your hair. Peace, man. Peace, man. Um, um, I'll tell you what, of all the, the earlier days of looking at some satellite, it never has rotation. Doesn't It's always facing the same direction, never changes. Uh, probably because something caused it to be stationary, in a stationary position. Well, not stationary because it orbits, but it doesn't have rotation. That's weird. Uh, uh, well, yeah. I don't care what the explanation is for it, as long as it keeps the balance of ocean tides and all that on this little pale blue dot. I frankly just, don't really, well, shouldn't meddle with it. Should just leave it as it is, leave it be, because that has been doing its task now for billions of years. Well, it might have rotated, had rotation once, but I don't know. There's no proof. There's nothing around to actually have concrete proof to say document that, because there isn't. Um, anyway, so yeah, this moon stunt. We all know the same. We all know the story. It's like Disney doing a remake of Star Wars. They just use it with a female. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's like everyone's saying, "Haven't I seen this before?" And we're seeing the moon thing, sort of like, gosh, kind of like again. Only, blimey, why couldn't they have done this decades ago? Instead of saying we're going back to the moon. Blimey, they got all the tech, all the paperwork, all the blueprints, everything, you know? And it would only take them a short while just to say get it up and running and go back. But they say many decades ago, oh, it was the cost, it was the budget cost of it. Is it worthwhile? And what does it do for me? What does it do for me or my cats? Huh? Doesn't doesn't do anything. So it's all a big waste of. I wouldn't say it's a waste of money. Money's not really money's not really building this project. It's practically done for free, but there's an illusion that's money. And everyone's sort of like, including myself, we got to follow this bullshit, obey. Um, I just don't understand this. It's on my tip of my tongue. Muddled up social society. I wouldn't say the world. The world is fine. It's it's us that are the social society that are the meddling muddle of idiots. I'm an idiot. Of course I am. And everyone else is. I mean, face it. So going to the moon. Oh, yeah, yeah. And you got this crappy bloody, oh, what's it? That terrible actor in some movie at the moment. Something uh Hail Mary Sue or whatever it is, something like Star Wars or something. Mary Sue again. There's some bullshit going on, really. It's like the 1960s. All right, you got like 2001. You got I think they had a few other movies. I think I've seen it once, or maybe not have. I've heard about it. It's called Marooned, where they go to the moon, and I think they get marooned. um, yeah, so you got that. You got the Vietnam War brewing in the 1960s into the early 70s. Not that I saw much of that on the news back then. Probably my dad probably tried to keep me from watching it. There's bad stuff happening here on the news now, and they're not saying viewer discretion. Come on, you don't want to look at this. um, yeah, yeah, you got all this bad stuff going on, and then you look at it now. It's like it's come full circle. Uh huh. Only the funny weird thing is, it is like Planet of the Apes. They got 3 males and 1 female. That's just like the Planet of the Apes movie. When you see in that small spacecraft ship that they got, yeah. And who is reading me now? Maybe a better breed. I hope a better one. Does brother still fight his brother? Does neighbor still attack neighbor? um, yeah, it's just like Planet of the Apes. I only realised that only about less than an hour ago before I started doing this ranting video. Like many others are going to be doing ranting videos like this, and like, oh, here we go again, another fake, another hoax. Most of some people probably um not old enough to actually seen those, those rockets launching. I didn't see the first one because I was way too young. I was born 67, so um I would be too way too young. But I kind of like was, I suppose I could just had this sort of little interest in the probably the probably 1970s or 1970 and such. Um, and so my dad gets me these. I used to have a little record, a little what do you call it, 7-inch record. I think it was Man on the Moon. It was voice narrated by Walter Cronkite, and it had sound recordings of that you probably get this, probably find this little record on the YouTube. I'm not sure what happened to the record. I don't know where it got displaced. But they made lots of them, so. And then I had all these what do you call it, in the 1970s. They were like a 3D thing. You put it in, it's a circular disc, and you put it in this, and you look at it, and you click, Vista or Vision, View or Master. Master. Might be Master Vision or Master View. I'd have to Google that anyway. I used to have one of those, and I was looking at these images, these little tiny little images of the moon in 3D, and sort of captivated by it. Probably also brainwashing me at the same time, and that's like when you get older and then you start one day, it's like, with all the space shuttle launches and all that, and then suddenly I'm having doubt that they ever went to the moon. That's kind of disappointing, really. I wouldn't say it's heartbreaking. Why should I be heartbroken? It's not like you have a pet, and you lose a pet, and it really breaks your heart. It's just a moon landing thing. So what? Well, maybe it was directed by Stanley Kubrick. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was directed by someone else. You know. Who knows? You know. I just don't. I just don't really care for it. I don't care for a country that's dropped atomic bombs on human beings, and they hire ex-Navy military to go on this. What's it? I don't care for it. To me, they're not. They're not heroes. They're warmongers. They're not nice people. You know. And they're what they're trying to grow. They're trying to grow themselves angel wings now. Like, oh yeah, right. I wonder if they do the press conference if they return. But they might return to Planet of the Apes. Mm. 3 males, 1 female. Um, Those who sent us on this mission are long since gone. um, it's all bullshit. It really is. There's plenty of there's plenty of people that have got common sense that know that our lifespan is too short, you know. And what you got to NASA what's their next project to oh go a little bit beyond. Well, I thought they were going to Mars and have a break, have a Mars bar, and I like the Mars bar ice cream actually myself. um, our, biologically, our bodies are not designed for this. We are like the quote in Planet of the Apes. We are here to stay. They think they're on another planet. Yeah, right. Until the very grisly, gruesome ending of the movie, which is quite chilling. I still think that is by far the best of the Planet of the Apes movie made. Um, you know, apart from all those other stinkers with CGI and that guy dresses up in CGI. That guy actor. Overrated. Um, I've only watched one of those crap movies, and it was just like, to me, it was just like a load of heartless, soulless, bloody load of bumbling nonsense of CGI for 2 hours. Um, well, then you might say the same about the first one. Oh wow, look at all that makeup. um, I'd rather have that makeup sort of like over the CGI, because I know it's play acting, but it's you don't know what the ending's going to be like, and you think, you know, you have all this dramatic, you know, going on, and then you get that chilling ending. Um, oh dear. Yeah, I think when these people return back the Earth, I think they should do that prank again. They should all dress up and make ape masks and sort of like greet the crew, because it Planet of the Apes. Oh dear. Um, yeah, I'm just still puzzled why it's, well, I've already say, why is it 6 days? Because I thought it was 4 days, because the distance must have been a little bit further. And if so, why did they launch on a time when the moon's going to be, they got all this calculation, so they know when it's going to be a little bit nearer, and then launch at a certain time. But they always have these hiccups, don't they? And you look at all the crap that NASA's got. Is that all the rockets they've got? Blimey, I thought they would have fleets of them, literally, and they'd be launching a rocket every few so many rockets within a day or so, every day, or every day. Why did I sound like I'm bloody repeating myself? Oh, what a load of bollocks. It's not like a bus service. It's just like, yeah, a rocket every so, yeah, bloody hell. If we were waiting for a bloody if NASA was doing bus service, bloody hell, I'd still be waiting here for about a month, waiting for the bus to come along. Oh, what a lazy organization they are. Oh dear. I don't, their excuses. Oh, it's difficult. Well, of course it is. Yeah. Meow. Meow. That's what my bear cat's saying. He's saying all this moon landing crap. Well, not moon around the moon is a load of BS, and it's just like Apollo 8, isn't it? Yeah, it's just like we're seeing deja vu again. You know, That's if they did go around the moon. That's if they did land lately on the moon. Um, ugh. And then the Apollo 13. Yeah. I think because the TV viewings on that, they say, were dropping, no one cared about it anymore because there was probably maybe, say, 40% that believe it, 60% think it's bullshit. And it's like, what's it doing? How in the way, how in which way is it benefiting us? Because I thought they say we're coming here for all mankind, they say, but now they say humankind because they got a female. Oh, am I jealous? No. I frankly, I wouldn't even pass a medical. Not with my condition. I wouldn't pass a medical. But I'm kind of curious, and if I were to go in space or zero gravity or whatever, and in space and be surrounded by a, a vacuum that could be, if everything messes up and that gets into the spacecraft. Yeah, yikes. One and all, just plain curtains, probably. But at least I would try to take some sort of project experiment to, to test my curiosity. You know, because I'm curious about some things and I want to see if this is possible or if it is impossible. But no, I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. It's very easy to, I had a dream the other day. I had a dream the other day where my kitchen was a lot more cleaner. Yeah, a lot more tidier because I'm gradually doing it a little bit. It's finding motivation. Um, yeah, I wonder about the one thing that you're not going to get in space on the spacecraft. Dust. Oh, dust, the final frontier. I mean, gosh, having to contend with wiping dust up all the time. Would you get dust on a spacecraft? I don't think so. Not unless you're bringing it with you, and then it's just going to be floating around. The only way you're going to get it out of the vehicle, the spacecraft, is put on your pressure suit, open the hatch quickly, and get sucked. All that dust gets sucked out, and you've got a clean spacecraft. Theoretically, um, yeah. I see people just popping on my channel having a view. This, oh no, no, here we go. We got someone that doesn't believe. No, I used to read the bloody description, you idiots. You know, most here on YouTube are young kiddies, and oh yeah, it's going to be easy to manipulate young kiddies, just as when I was young. We all get old. We all got a short lifespan. You know, don't think for one moment. I mean, look at all this NASA crap. You know, and are they going to be, when they come back? Are they going to be very? Are they going to be really enthusiastic? Because it's like when they landed on the moon and they did the press conference when they came back. Oh yeah, everyone's analysing and thinking, blimey, they don't look very excited. As if it was all a lie and a hoax and a fakes. We see a rocket going up. Yeah. Well, I know about things like false perspective and, and why sometimes you have a the what's it the audience or whatever it is so many miles back. I know about false perspective. That's where you could put something that looks like what it may be, launch it, and you think, oh, wow, you know, it's very clever to be an illusionist and create a false perspective illusion before in front of everybody. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe the payload on that rocket is nuclear missiles, and they're going to go up there and aim it down over on top of Iran. And if they'll use that as what's it? See, now I'm creating conspiracy theories. Whoa, yeah. Well, we'll prove that the United States are warmongers. It's a shame, really. They're only 250 years old, that country, and most of everything they probably, I don't know, probably stolen from other countries. Um, uh, you know, how much, you know, how much power have they got on that space vehicle? How much water have they got? Have they got enough water to last many weeks? Because you got to think, like, how much you're going to be drinking, pissing, and uh, yeah, and everyone's saying why females, and they why don't they put a net over their hair so their hair doesn't float around and all over the blimmin' place? Wear a net, to keep their or have their hair cut shorter. Um, mm, yeah, and the other thing with this thing is, all right, it's got a black African on it, black African, American. Well, Africa. Well, they came from Africa originally. They didn't. They're not really native to the United States, are they? They stole them, slavery, la da da. They gave them a white man name. That's why I think it was Malcolm X, and he changed his to X because, um, you know. Mm. Anyway. Um, I'm not sure about the crew. I've only seen a picture of such, and I thought, don't really care. No, I don't. I don't really care. I don't care if anything about this NASA stuff. I still get this bloody NASA email shit that I signed up for. Oh gosh, years ago. I still keep getting this bloody. I'm thinking I should just go on to the unsubscribe so I don't get their bullshit emails anymore because I just don't read them. I just delete them. I'm afraid with like what everything I've said, which is in history books now, I just don't give a shit about it. I just find it a boring subject. you can, talk about it with like, oh yeah, well, home theatre. Um, I suppose, in a few years' time, they're going to make a movie about this mission. only if it was a failure, and they'll probably make a movie about it one day. Oh dear. But AI technology today is so damn, oh crikey. That fucking AI is all over plastered, all over bloody YouTube now. It's like you can't sometimes, well, sometimes the way you look at the way someone is um, behaving in the video. Even the AI, the what's it called, the Genesis or something, the Genesis or Gemini. You ask it questions, and then you try to fuck with it. You try to fuck with its algorithm um, by asking it the most diabolical questions and all this, and then you just get this like, bloody hell, who designed that crap? It is totally beyond soulless, you know. Um, you can't even insult the fucking thing, you know. uh, yeah. Well, it's like they say, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names won't not hurt me, you know. Um, mm. Oh dear. Mm. Hold on. What's all this? Oh dear. You know what you could do with Easter Sunday? You can shove it where the moon doesn't shine. Not, just been watching one of those bloody what's it? I don't really give a damn. I don't give a hoot. Such terrible timing. 2026 has really started. It might 2026 six. Might as well just add a few more sixes on the end of that. Yeah, with Trump. Bloody hell, it's just like the spawn of Satan, the Ominion, the Damien. Um, um, oh dear, couldn't be terrible timing now, could it? Like they're trying to use this moon thing or whatever now to try and smooth things out. Please, a lot of people have got killed, blown to smithereens. Kingdom come for what? For nothing. Maybe some of those people would have liked this sort of, but they're not going to be able to see it now. They're all dead. And this crew that are on it, oh dear. No, gosh. This ain't gonna be a long video because anyway, it just doesn't interest me. Yeah, Planet of the Apes. Mm. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah, I've got nothing more to say. It's such a boring subject, you know. Go out there. It's like watching, even if it's a short trip. It's still like watching wet paint drying on your wall. See this black void. Dear, oh dear, they got all that technology. They've done this. They say they've done this before, allegedly, um, and they're just going to do it like orbit around, come back. Um, and they'll say, you know, if there's going to be another, if there's going to be another a landing. Oh yeah. Well, then that should be next year, then, shouldn't it? Hmm. Hmm. Or maybe this year. Hmm. Hmm. Or maybe they'll leave it till 2029. You know, at least it would be a 9, and well, that'd be about 60 years. Would it be about 60 years? All the original engineers, well, depending on whether some are still around, and yeah, I just don't care. I'm just kind of feeling really dozed at the moment, a little bit like I just don't care. I'm not excited and eating up all the bullshit. I'm analysing the bullshit and thinking, you know, what if they're not really in a spacecraft? They're on that what do you call it? That airplane that goes up and it comes down, and you get this zero gravity feeling, and you do so many minutes, or maybe they got something else now. No minutes. Yeah, I think no. You only get so many seconds, or whatever it is. Yeah. Um, Maybe they're just in low Earth orbit and they're not really going. Maybe they're really connecting with the space station. And that's a weird thing, isn't it? It is a weird thing. It's a funny thing, isn't it? On the way to the moon, um, you got that space station. Mm. I thought they would have had something a little bit more elaborate by now, but they haven't. It's just little modules all put together, and it looks like a something like looks like something out of Legoland or Meccano. um, oh, I can hear my sponsor outside, Steven Seagal. Um, when they come back, that's if it's like everyone's going to think, you know, we'll get over it, you know, and then we're just like seeing how all this, yeah, maybe they do another launch or another what's it, and it might be a time when everything goes chaos because assholes have got those weapons. When you got it's strange the mentality of people with their home theaters, and they think oh wow, look at that, it's like sub base, big atomic bomb, kaboom, it's like sub base and all that. It's really sadism, really. um you don't understand what those bloody things would do. It's better to get caught with it. It's better to get caught within it rather than on the outskirts of it. And no, that's a very ugly way to go. Um, and they still don't understand it. Yeah. Um, it's easy for the mind to think traveling at a speed, but that's like a speed because once you go at a certain speed, you're just going to endlessly keep going on at that speed. It's just like things that are floating around the universe, rocks, meteors, and comets, and so everything's traveling at different speeds. Some slow, some are very small, some very vast, but maybe not going tremendous speed, but still, if they get caught up or something puts it into a trajectory aligned to impact on this planet, it soon pick up speed, and then you're looking at a real mass size of kinetic energy that's just going to slam and do a lot of collateral damage. Um, yeah, all this warp speed and shit. What the fuck, hyper fucking Star Wars speed shit? What the fuck is that crap? I don't give a fuck what fucking Einstein fucking says. You go at a certain speed, like I say, you're just going to keep on going on at that speed, whether it's 1 fucking mile an hour or fucking 600,000 mile an hour. Well, there's no manned vehicle, space vehicle that's even going at that speed. Voyagers 1 and 2, they'll still carry on going at 34,000 and 39,000 mile an hour until something comes across in its path and bam, pulverizes the fucking spacecraft. Won't know about it because it won't have any won't have any power or communication to TX or RX, send telemetry or any other all this NASA bullshit. It'd be, lost in space. Just like I think it was didn't know much about the Pioneer ones. They were another part of the mission of Explore, and one of the Pioneers communication was lost, I think, around the 2000s or something. Or very late 90s or early or somewhere around 2000, communication were lost in space. Planet of the Apes. Yeah, blame it on the apes. Oh boy, gotta stay water hydrate. You see, that is one substance that they're not going to be carrying on their space trip. That's going to be in absolute abundance. It's limited. Just like when you go to a store, they got a limited supply, and you got to wait for the next delivery. I think that is how someone told me it is how it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you think, gosh, if you think you're on that space thing, right, that rocket thing, what if someone suddenly has the urge for a certain drink, and they haven't brought it along with them? God, God, you're going to be climbing the walls. You're going to be going stir crazy. You think all this NASA bullshit. Oh, let's go to another planet. Yeah, right, sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna have soda machines on that planet. Damn. What if you haven't got any money? Oh damn, how are you gonna get it out of the machine? Oh, don't do that. You can't vandalize it. Oh no, they're not gonna have any of that. Not gonna have any of that. What a load of big pipe dream it is. It's okay, I suppose, to pipe dream and smoke some shit and get high. Yeah, what the fuck? What if they don't have ganja on this fucker? You're gonna have to take a shitload of it with you to get high, because you won't have to worry about the cops because there ain't gonna be any of them around. Oh, a load of bollocks. See, I've done all this thinking. I can do all this thinking. Okay, you got to have a space vehicle that's got to it's got to do this, do that, da 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 da, and it's never always, you know, going to be 100%. All the time. Everyone that goes on these trips, it's everyone on that space rocket thing at the moment, medically trained. So everyone's got to be medically trained. So if someone has an issue suddenly, they got to be medically trained. So you got to be a MD, and this and that, and have the one thing that's disappointing, they're not wearing any red shirts. They haven't got phasers. Damn, I thought everyone would have phasers by now. Um, it's like, oh dear, it's like, oh, God, yeah. Do they have a cat? Haven't they brought a pet on their journey? Yeah. Otherwise, you look at all this bullshit. Easter. Oh gosh, fucking Easter's a fucking just like fucking Christmas. A bloody, well, it is bloody. It's a bloody war going on, and it's just a bloody money grabber. It's a fucking commercial fucking thing. It should be fucking, free, But nah, you go in shops, you buy these fucking Easter eggs. Fucking hell. You should go in there and shoplift the motherfuckers. Not pay fucking for the bloody things. Load of bullshit. Were they doing Easter egg hunting around when Jesus Christ was nailed to a cross in a brutal way? Yeah, maybe he wasn't, what we think. Maybe he was just a clever illusionist. Otherwise, have a possibility. Mary was grabbed. Like Donald. It could have been Donald Trump. Yeah, he was going around in his spacecraft. He's grabbing. He's grabbing. He grabbed her, took her on his spacecraft, did a little humping, and then sent her back to Earth. Yeah, alien abduction. Yeah, see, we've all heard about that shit before, haven't we? People being abducted and maybe returned. And so, an alien in human form does miracles or whatever. Alien is like looking at this universe in a sphere. That is mind-boggling. Yeah, it's like that. It's like you see it in that movie, don't you? Because movies, what are they? They're just riddles to the curious of us. But what about animals and sea life? And don't they dream? Don't whales dream? Dolphins dream? Chimpanzees? Do they dream? Dogs? Cats? Iguanas? Lizards? Spiders? Do they dream? See, that's what they are, movies. They're just riddles. And some of them are a load of bullshit, these movies. You think, what's the fucking point? That was just a load of morbid, violent garbage trash. Pointless. They still keep making violent movies, don't they? What logic does it serve? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got this book. I've only read it, but I've not even read the whole first chapter. It's called The Martian. Yeah, I think it's done by that same guy that did this Hail Mary, Mary Sue Star Wars thing or whatever the bloody hell it is with bloody someone's told me they saw it the other day and it's got all this Christopher Nolan Limax switching on and off all in the vertical all the time. So you'll be going like this with your eyes. What the fuck did I just see? What was the point of all that? What's the point of saying that? What is the point of these IMAX? I don't know. Oh dear. Oh yeah. So you can tell now that I'm kind of I've got I've ranted. I've had a little rant like I need to breathe. And that I'm so far beyond less than enthusiastic about this moon NASA bullshit. What? 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 They turned into Planet of the Apes? Oh, that's terrible. We've got to do something about that. Um, I don't give a toss. I don't give a flying moon toss. Anyway, coming up almost to an hour, and I don't give a flying toss about this NASA crap. All a hoax, all a fake. Whether it's true, real, I don't give a toss about it. I don't give a toss because of the war in Iran and all the other bullshit that's going on in social society on this little pale blue dot.